But I want to talk about this thing. We make 90% of our serotonin in our gut. Our microbiome makes this for us. Now, I'm not putting this up here because I'm going to explain the complicated arrows and colors that are here. I just want you to look at this and understand that our microbiome is very complex, and we've only really started learning about it the last 2 years, and its association with our immune system, with our mood, and our nervous system. But the reason why the food stuff is so important is because the thing is, no matter how much talk therapy that you do, or mindfulness, or meditation, or exercise, or whatever it is that we do to kind of help our mental health, if you don't have the building blocks that your digestive system and your body needs to put the happy neurotransmitters together, and meaning if you're eating a standard North American diet, you're not getting those building blocks, then all of these modalities and therapies that we are trying to do to help our mental health that are designed to evoke those neurotransmitters in us and create those moods in us, they aren't going to work if we don't have the building blocks to make the end product that they're trying to make. Does that make sense? And then if our microbiome, which is all the little flora, we are 70% microbiome and 30% human. Did you know that? We're mostly bacteria. And they have a tremendous impact on our mood and our immune system. And food is information. If you think of the microbiome like a computer, food is data that goes in and tells it, the program, what to run and what to do. So the more vegetables you eat, the more proper information your microbiome gets to create the neurotransmitters, the immune system state, and the state of your mood. And this is the point where people's brains are like, why is this not part of the mental health conversation? We'll talk about the why later if you want to, but I want to make sure that you get the information that's super important here. So these little critters with the food that we eat make serotonin, which is a happy hormone. They make sure that we have the building blocks for dopamine. And what we used to believe, like you remember in the 80s and the 90s, where it became, the mind over matter became very popular. Positive thinking became very popular. This was the wellness guru stuff of those decades. At the same time when we were thinking superfoods were so great, and that hasn't really worked out for us either because they're just food. So we, at that time, believed that the vagus nerve, and this is as biological as I'll get for you, but just these are things that we have to understand. As a wellness strategist, if I go into a company and I help them put together a targeted strategy after an assessment, you will not get away with not educating people on the basis of the nervous system and the microbiome, because these are the ways that we can solve all the problems that we have right now. So we used to believe that the vagus nerve, which runs from our brain all the way down to our gut and our immune system that's down here, because most of our immune system is down here too, which is why the microbiome is also so important. We used to think that most of those pathways ran down, that they were one-way streets. The brain, mind over matter, told our body how to be. Does anyone know what the actual truth of that was? No? The truth is most of the one-way streets go the other way. You've heard of the gut brain or the gut-brain axis. Our microbiome here, based on our environment, the stress that's coming at us and our stress response, based on the food that we've eaten, and some of the programs that we have running in our lives and in our heads and the thoughts that we have, they send messages up to the brain and tell us how to feel. And that is a game changer when you're looking at food, because then it's like, is this food not just going to help me be less tired and have less inflammation and therefore just have energy for a whole day? Is this food information for my microbiome to help my brain know that I'm okay and that I feel okay? Does that make sense? So this is really, really, really important stuff for where we are headed as a society, and especially after the last 2 years.